Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be bringing you another great sports lesson.
Yes, this one is for all our hockey fans.
I know we have a lot of listeners from Russia, so this is a very popular sport in Russia, Czech Republic.
Yes.
So,
and Canada.
And Canada, right? Mm-hmm. Very, very popular in Canada.
It's our national game.
Well, I guess because you guys have so much ice.
I know, there's nothing else to do.
Skiing and hockey. All right, so it's going to be a really fun lesson. We're going to have a lot of great vocabularies. So before we start in the dialogue, let's take a look at vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
Well, we have 3 words for you now. The first one, really simple, puck.
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 P-U-C-K. Puck.
So it's almost like duck, but with a P.
Yes.
And this is actually kind of like the ball that you use in hockey.
But it's not a ball.
But it's not a ball.
It's flat.
It's flat.
And round.
And round. So it looks like a disc. Kind of like a mini frisbee.
Yes.
And this is what the players do. This is what they
chase this around.
Chase it,
yeah.
Right? So in basketball, you have a ball. In soccer, you have a ball. In hockey, you have a puck.
Yep.
Okay, our next word.
Key game.
A key game.
A key game.
So this word key.
Important.
It means important.
Really
right?
important.
Really important.
Yep.
So I can say a key game is a really important game.
Exactly. You could also maybe say a key player.
Key player is a really important player.
Or even a key goal.
A key goal. Okay. So let's take a look at our last word now. Finals.
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 The finals.
So the finals are the last games.
That's right. And the winner of the finals wins the championship.
Okay. For example, in the World Cup in soccer, there's only one game played in the finals. So after everyone gets eliminated, there's one game where the winner is the champion.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're ready to listen to our dialogue, and it's going to be a little bit faster than usual. Because it's a sports commentator, right?
And it's exciting.
And it's exciting, and there's a lot of action. So don't worry about it. Listen to it, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the vocabulary.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Fields, and here with me is Bob Copeland.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to today's game. You know, Rick, today's a key game between Russia and Canada. As you know, the winner will move on to the finals.
That's right, and it looks like we're just about ready to start the match. The ref is calling the players for the face-off, and here we go. The Russians win possession and immediately start up their attack. Fedorov gets checked hard into the boards.
Maurice Richard has the puck now, and he passes it to center. He shoots! Wow, what a save by the goalie!
All right, the puck is back in play now. Pavel Bure is on a breakaway. He is flying down the ice. The defenders can't keep up. Slap shot. He scored.
What an amazing goal!
All right, so the Canadians versus the Russians, huh?
It reminds me of a classic game.
Exactly, the classic match.
Yep.
So let's take a look at some of the vocabulary that we heard in the dialogue in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
We have 5 phrases in language takeaway today. And the first one is face off.
Face off.
Face off.
Face off.
So, Marco, a face off here is a noun, right?
It's a noun, exactly. And it's, so in the beginning of a match, the 2 players will stand face to face.
Yes.
Right? That's why it's called kind of a face off. And the referee will drop the puck.
Yes.
And they'll try to get it.
Exactly. So that's the face off.
That's the face off.
Yep.
Okay. Let's take a look at our next word. Check.
Check.
To check.
To check. So an interesting verb here, hey?
It's really interesting because it's different from the way that you would say check or revise, right?
Yes. Yep.
This is actually kind of a violent move.
Yeah. So what do you do?
So basically in hockey, you take your body and you hit another person with it.
Okay, so to check someone is to hit them with your body.
With your body, right. You can't use your arms or your legs or your hands. You can only hit them like with your shoulder or your hip.
Yeah.
Called a hip check.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's very cool.
All right.
Our next word, goalie.
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 A goalie is a person
Right.
and probably the bravest of the hockey match.
No kidding.
So why don't you tell us what the goalie does?
The goalie prevents the puck from coming in the net.
From going into the goal, right?
Yeah. So the goalie stops the other team from getting a goal.
A goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so the goalie prevents the goals. All right, very interesting. Now, our fourth word is related to goalie.
Yes.
Save.
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 A save,
Yeah.
right?
It's a noun here.
It's a noun here. So the goalie makes saves.
That's right. When he stops a goal, he makes a save.
Makes a save,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have some examples so we can understand this form of using save.
Yes.
Example 1.
That was an unbelievable save!
Example 2.
The goalie didn't make the save.
Example 3.
What a save! The Russians win!
Yeah, a little bit unusual here that save is a noun instead of a verb, but I think those examples were helpful.
Now let's take a look at our last word. Breakaway.
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 A breakaway.
Okay, so you have two words there that we know already. Break,
Yes.
right? And away.
Yeah.
So what do these two words together actually mean?
Well, imagine a group of hockey players all fighting to get the puck, right? And then one player breaks out
Escapes.
of the group. Yeah. And he skates down the ice and he has the puck. And he's far away from the other players.
Right. So he's going away from the other players by himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so break away. All right. So we've looked at a lot of hockey language here.
Yep.
And I think it's time now to listen to our dialogue again. This time we're going to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I think this will help you to understand these words a little bit better.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Fields, and here with me is Bob Copeland.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to today's game. You know, Rick, today is a key game between Russia and Canada. As you know, the winner will move on to the finals.
That's right, and it looks like we're just about ready to start the match. The ref is calling the players for the face-off. And here we go. The Russians win possession and immediately set up their attack. Fedorov gets checked hard into the boards.
Maurice Richard has the puck now and passes it to the center. He shoots. Wow, what a save by the goalie!
All right, the puck is back in play now. Pavel Bure is on a breakaway. He is flying down the ice. The defenders can't keep up. Slap shot. He scores.
What an amazing goal!
Okay, this dialogue is interesting because we have commentators narrating or describing what's happening
Yeah,
in
and-
that moment, right?
Yeah, and they're using some interesting grammar, aren't they?
Exactly, they are, because some actions are happening in that moment, but we notice something a little bit strange.
All right, well, let's look at it in Grammar Breakdown.
Grammar breakdown.
Okay, let's listen to this sentence that we previously heard in the dialogue.
Maurice Richard has the puck now and passes it to the center. He shoots. Maurice Richard has the puck now and passes it to the center. He shoots.
I noticed that he's using the present simple, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, even though the action is now, it's in present simple.
yes. Even though the action is happening in that moment, he's not using the present progressive. Or
Yeah.
the present continuous.
Yeah.
This is because if you notice, the actions are very, very brief
And fast.
and fast.
And exciting.
Exactly. So you don't really have enough time to say, for example, he is shooting.
Yes.
Right? Because it's only one quick action. He shoots the puck very fast. Right? Or, for example, you wouldn't really say he is passing.
Yeah, he is passing the puck.
Right. It's just one quick action. He takes it and passes it, and the action is finished.
Yes. I think we can see a few more examples of this. Let's listen again.
The Russians win possession and immediately set up their attack. The Russians win possession and immediately set up their attack.
Here, we can hear that he is using the present simple again, because these are very short actions that finish quickly, right?
Exactly.
And it's actually very, very common when you're describing something you see that's happening now, that's really exciting. It's common to use present simple.
Exactly. If you pay attention, most sporting events are in the same way,
Yep.
right? They would describe the actions that are happening in the present simple,
Yeah.
not present progressive.
Yeah. But Marco, you have an example of some present progressive here, right?
Yes. Let's listen to this sentence.
He is flying down the ice. He is flying down the ice.
Now, we heard the sentence, he is flying down the ice, right? Now, this one is in progressive.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, first of all, when we say he's flying down the ice, it's not that he's literally flying.
No,
right?
he's not an airplane.
He's just skating really fast.
Yep.
Right? So we kind of exaggerate and we say, oh, he's flying down the ice. But he's actually skating. So this is a progressive action.
So
he is doing it.
It's happening for more than 1 second.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So that's why we would say he is flying down the ice instead of he flies down the ice.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Unless it was like really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here we see that sometimes in English, we do use present simple to talk about what's happening now, right? When it happens really, really quickly, or when we want to show that it's really exciting.
Exactly.
Yep.
Makes it much more exciting if we just use the present simple.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to this exciting dialogue one more time and we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Fields, and here with me is Bob Copeland.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to today's game. You know, Rick, today's a key game between Russia and Canada. As you know, the winner will move on to the finals.
That's right, and it looks like we're just about ready to start the match. The ref is calling the players for the face-off, and here we go. The Russians win possession and immediately start up their attack. Fedorov gets checked hard into the boards.
Goalie Swishow has the puck now, and he passes it to center. He shoots! Wow, what a save by the goalie!
All right, the puck is back in play now. Pavel Bure is on a breakaway. He is flying down the ice. The defenders can't keep up. Slap shot. He scores.
What an amazing goal!
All right, so hockey is the Canadian national sport.
Well, actually, it isn't the
It
national
isn't?
sport. Yeah.
What is it?
Lacrosse is
Lacrosse.
Yeah. But anyway, we don't have a lesson about lacrosse today.
Not yet.
No. But actually, all Canadians love hockey. Like, we start playing hockey when we're about 2 years old.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that some Canadian children learn how to skate before they learn how to walk.
It's totally common.
Well, it is a great sport, very, very exciting. It's very fast-paced, and it's very aggressive. That's what I like about it.
I know.
Not violent, but very aggressive.
Yeah. But you know what? I must tell you that I am not a good Canadian.
You're not a hockey fan?
No, I'm
Really?
not. Yeah, I really hate hockey.
Why?
You know what? The puck is so small. It's hard to see where it is on the ice, and it's cold, and these guys are fighting. And anyway,
Have you ever been to a hockey game?
yeah,
Yeah.
many times, and I just find that the puck is really small.
Maybe you just need better seats.
Maybe.
Well, what do you guys think about hockey? We'll post some videos and some pictures of hockey on the comment section so you can more or less see a little bit more about this really interesting sport and tell us what you think about it.
Now listen to the story. It was a cold winter evening, and the city was buzzing with excitement. The streets were covered in snow, and almost every window glowed with light from televisions. Why? Because tonight was a big night, the hockey match between Canada and Russia. Not just any match. This was a key game, and the winner would go on to the finals. People have been talking about it for days. In coffee shops, in schools, in taxis, everyone was ready for the showdown. I was at home, wrapped in a blanket, sipping hot chocolate, and watching the pregame show. My little brother, a die-hard hockey fan, sat next to me wearing his favorite jersey. He looked at me and said, "You know, this isn't just a game. This is history." The match started fast. The referee, also known as the ref, called for the players to come forward. The screen zoomed in on the ice. Two players stood face to face, their eyes locked in focus. Then the puck dropped. That moment is called the face-off, a word that means the start of play when the puck is dropped between two players. It's quick, tense, and full of energy. You can almost feel the heartbeat of the game from that moment. Canada gained possession, which means they got control of the puck. They started moving quickly, passing it with precision. Suddenly, one Russian player came in and delivered a hard check. That's when you hit an opponent with your shoulder or hip to stop them, or take control of the puck. It looked intense, but it was all part of the game. The puck flew across the ice like a black bullet. I remembered learning that the puck isn't a ball like in other sports. It's small, flat, and round like a heavy black coin. It moves incredibly fast, especially when a player uses a powerful shot called a slap shot. The sound of the puck hitting the stick is sharp like a whip crack, and every time it happens, the crowd holds their breath. A Canadian player, Maurice Richard, took control of the puck, skated forward, and passed it to center. The stadium roared. "He shoots," said the commentator on TV. And then the goalie moved in. With perfect timing, he blocked the shot. "What a save," the commentator shouted. We both cheered, even though it wasn't a goal. It didn't matter. The excitement wasn't just in the scoring. It was in the speed, the skill, the tension. It was like watching a battle made of ice and speed. At that moment, I realized hockey wasn't just a sport. It was a language, a fast, physical, thrilling language made of moves, rules, reactions, and power. And every time I watched it, I was learning a new way to understand not just English, but culture, teamwork, and passion. The game continued, and the tension was building. The puck was moving so fast it was hard to follow. One moment, it was behind the goal. The next, it was racing across the ice like a rocket. My little brother leaned forward on the couch, completely focused. "This," he whispered, "is what a real breakaway looks like." A breakaway is one of the most exciting moments in hockey. It happens when one player escapes from the crowd, usually with the puck, and speeds toward the goal all alone. No defenders, just him and the goalie. It's a test of nerves, speed, and control. In this moment, everything else fades. The arena goes quiet. Everyone is watching one person. On the screen, the Canadian player, Pavel, was flying down the ice. The commentator shouted, "He's on a breakaway." The defenders were far behind. Pavel had the puck, and he was skating like lightning. My brother jumped up from the couch. "He's going to do it." Pavel lifted his stick aimed, and released a perfect slap shot. The puck screamed through the air toward the net. The goalie dropped low, arms wide, ready to stop it. And then goal. The stadium exploded in cheers. The Canadian flag waved in the crowd, and players hugged each other on the ice. It was a beautiful moment. We shouted too. It didn't matter who you were cheering for, Russia or Canada. That kind of skill and power deserve applause. I looked at my brother, who was now replaying the goal in slow motion on his phone. "Did you see how fast he moved?" he said. He was flying. That made me smile. In English, flying doesn't always mean someone is in the sky. In sports, when someone moves super fast, we say they're flying. It's one of those cool expressions that adds excitement to language. Then I remembered something else: the use of present simple when talking about fast actions like this. The commentators weren't saying he is shooting. They were saying he shoots. Not he is skating, but he skates. In English, especially in sports, we often use the present simple to describe live action because it sounds stronger, quicker, and more exciting. For example, he passes the puck. He checks the opponent. He scores. These actions happen fast, and the present simple matches that speed. It makes listeners feel like they're right there, inside the moment. That night, while watching hockey, I wasn't just learning about the game. I was learning English too. Useful words, cool phrases, grammar and action. Not in a textbook, but in a real, exciting way. And the best part? I was having fun. Learning didn't feel like work. It felt like being part of something big, something thrilling, something alive. That's the power of language when it's connected to real life. After that incredible goal, the energy in the game didn't slow down for a second. The players moved with purpose, every pass, every shot, every move sharp and focused. It was clear this wasn't just any match. This was a key game, a turning point where one mistake or one moment of brilliance could decide everything. On the ice, the puck changed hands quickly. One Canadian player got checked hard into the boards by a Russian defender. A check in hockey isn't a soft push. It's a full body hit using your shoulder or hip. It's legal, but it can be brutal. The crowd gasped, but the player bounced back up and kept playing. That's hockey, fast, physical, and fearless. The puck slid across the ice to the Russian side. Their forward picked it up and began skating toward the net. He faked left, passed right, and his teammate fired a shot at the goal. But the Canadian goalie was ready. He dropped to his knees and blocked it with his glove. "Unbelievable save," shouted the commentator. I watched in awe. The goalie's job is to stop the puck from entering the net, and it's one of the toughest roles on the team. The puck moves incredibly fast. Sometimes it's hard to even see it. The goalie has to react in less than a second. No hesitation, no fear, just focus. In that moment, I realized how many words in hockey also show up in daily English. For example, save isn't only for sports. You can say, "I want to save money." She saved the file on her computer. He saved me a seat. But in hockey, a save is all about timing, courage, and quick hands. And that's what makes it exciting. 1 second too late, and it's a goal. One perfect move, and it's a save. The game went on, and each side fought hard. There were face-offs, quick restarts after the referee dropped the puck between two players. There were fast passes, smart plays, and tough defense. My brother pointed out the strategies, explaining how teams use short shifts, keeping players on the ice for only 30 or 40 seconds before switching. Why? Because hockey is intense. You give everything you've got while you're out there, then rest and go again. Watching this, I saw more than just a game. I saw teamwork, communication, and resilience. Players didn't need to speak much. They used hand signals, eye contact, and short, clear words. Just like good communication in real life. Quick, simple, and effective. That's what makes hockey such a powerful tool for learning English. You hear verbs like shoot, pass, score, block, check. You hear expressions like he's on fire or that was a game changer. These are real phrases used not just in sports, but in life. And when you hear them during exciting moments, you remember them. Language comes alive when it's part of something meaningful. And for millions of people, hockey is more than a sport. It's a passion, a culture, and a way of life. Watching it, you don't just see the action, you feel it. And through that feeling, you learn without even trying. The final period of the game was about to begin, and both teams were giving everything they had. The scoreboard showed a tie, 2-2. The fans were on their feet, waving flags, clapping, shouting. Every second mattered now. This was the kind of game people talk about for years. The referee blew the whistle, and the players lined up for another face-off. The puck dropped. Canada gained possession again and moved quickly, but the Russian defense was tight. One Canadian forward got checked near the boards, so hard that he fell, but he jumped right back up. In hockey, you don't stay down. You push through. That kind of toughness is what makes the sport so inspiring. The puck went back and forth, faster than ever. It was hard to even blink. Then it happened, another breakaway. This time, it was the Russian captain. He saw a small gap, took the puck, and raced forward. The Canadian defenders tried to catch him, but he was already ahead, skating like fire across the ice. The commentators' voices rose. He's flying down the ice. The goalie tensed. The Russian captain pulled back his stick for a powerful slap shot. The entire arena seemed to hold its breath. Then save. The Canadian goalie blocked it with his leg pad. A clean, perfect save. The crowd went wild. Even some of the Russian fans applauded. Because in moments like that, it's not about sides. It's about skill. And that save, that was pure reflex, pure talent. My little brother clapped loudly. That goalie's got ice in his veins, he said. That's an expression in English that means someone stays calm under pressure. In hockey and in life, that's a skill worth having. Imagine someone is taking an exam, giving a speech, or handling a big problem. If they stay cool and confident, you can say, she's got ice in her veins. The clock ticked down, 5 minutes left, then 4. The players looked tired, but no one slowed down. Hockey is played in shifts, short bursts of action. Even in those few minutes, players give everything. They communicate with quick words, pass, switch, shoot, and with body language. It's like a dance on ice, strong, fast, and smart. Then something special happened. A Canadian player took the puck from center ice, passed to a teammate near the goal, and just as the defender lunged, passed it back again. The goalie didn't see it coming. One final shot, goal. Canada led 3-2. That teamwork was amazing. It reminded me how in English, like in hockey, timing matters. In conversation, it's not just about what you say, it's when and how you say it. Listening, reacting, choosing the right words. These are real communication skills. And just like in sports, they get better with practice. As the players celebrated, the commentator said, "That was a key goal in a key game." I thought about that word again. In hockey, a key player is someone who makes a big difference. In life, too, you'll hear it. A key decision, a key moment, a key skill. It simply means very important. That night, watching that game, I didn't just enjoy great hockey. I picked up useful phrases, heard real-life English, and felt motivated. Because when language is connected to emotion, action, and passion, it sticks with you forever. The final minutes of the game were electric. Canada was ahead by 1 goal, and Russia was pushing hard to even the score. Every pass, every move, every heartbeat seemed louder. The fans in the arena were shouting, chanting, banging on the glass. Even on the screen, I could feel the tension. It was more than just a match. It was a battle of spirit. Russia moved in quickly after another clean face-off. Their top forward dodged a check, slipped between 2 defenders, and fired a quick shot at the net. But once again, the Canadian goalie was ready. He leaned right, reached out his glove, and caught the puck midair. "What a save!" the commentator roared. My brother jumped off the couch and shouted, "Unbelievable!" We were both breathless, and I realized right then that watching sports like hockey doesn't only teach you vocabulary. It teaches you courage, determination, and it helps you experience English in real time with emotion. That's the best kind of learning, when your brain connects a new word to a feeling you'll never forget. The game clock ticked down 30 seconds. Russia had the puck again. They passed once, twice, 3 times. The goalie moved side to side, tracking every motion. Suddenly, the Russian captain went for a slap shot. The sound echoed. The puck flew, hit the post, and bounced out. No goal. 5 seconds later, the buzzer sounded. Canada had won. In that moment, the crowd went wild. Players hugged. The Canadian team raised their sticks. The fans sang. And across the world, people watching from living rooms, bars, and phones cheered, smiled, or sighed. That's the beauty of sports. It brings people together, even across different languages and cultures. As I sat there, I thought about all the things I had learned just from watching one game. Words like puck, check, goalie, breakaway, face-off, and save, but also useful expressions like key player, on a breakaway, flying down the ice, and he scores. I heard real English spoken fast, clearly, and naturally. I also noticed how grammar works in moments like this. The use of present simple to describe live action. He shoots. He passes. He scores. It sounds stronger and more exciting than he is shooting. That's how native speakers often describe fast events. Short, direct, and powerful. That hockey match gave me more than just entertainment. It gave me motivation. It showed me that learning English doesn't always mean sitting with a book. It can mean watching a sport you love, listening closely, repeating what you hear, and feeling every word. So if you want to learn English faster, try this. Find something exciting. A sport, a movie, a song. Dive into it. Listen to the phrases. Feel the meaning. Repeat them. Use them. The more emotion you feel, the better you remember.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Very important.
Key.
Last game or series of games in a tournament or championship.
Finals.
Person who makes sure the players follow the rules in a game.
Ref.
A way of beginning a game by dropping the puck between two players.
Face off.
Get control.
Win possession.
Use your body to push someone in hockey.
Check.
Small, round, black object that is used to play hockey.
Puck.
The act of preventing a ball or puck from going in the net.
Save.
Position in hockey. Person who tries to stop the puck from going in the net.
Goalie.
State of becoming separated from a large group, especially in sports.
Breakaway.
Ice surface used to play hockey or skate on.
Rink.
Large building where sports are played.
Arena.
Long wooden stick shaped like an L, used for playing hockey.
Hockey stick.
National Hockey League, group of professional hockey teams that play in Canada and the U.S.
NHL.
A group of sports teams that play against each other.
League.
Let's try that faster.
Ice surface used to play hockey or skate on.
Rink.
National Hockey League, group of professional hockey teams that play in Canada and the U.S.
NHL.
A group of sports teams that play against each other.
League.
Large building where sports are played.
Arena.
Last game or series of games in a tournament or championship.
Finals.
State of becoming separated from a large group, especially in sports.
Breakaway.
Very important.
Key.
A way of beginning a game by dropping the puck between two players.
Face off.
The act of preventing a ball or puck from going in the net.
Save.
Get control.
Win possession.
Small, round, black object that is used to play hockey.
Puck.
Long wooden stick shaped like an L, used for playing hockey.
Hockey stick.
Person who makes sure the players follow the rules in a game.
Ref.
Use your body to push someone in hockey.
Check.
Position in hockey. Person who tries to stop the puck from going in the net.
Goalie.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Finals. We lost the game in the finals. It was so disappointing. Finals. Do you think the Oilers will make it to the finals? Finals. My team didn't make it to the finals. Check. Smith got checked right into the boards. Check. That was the hardest check I've ever seen. Check. Checking is what makes hockey so much fun. Puck. Van Ryn has the puck and he's skating towards center ice. Puck. The puck is flying towards the net. Puck. I can't see the puck. Goalie. When I play hockey, I like to play goal. Goalie. We lost because we have a terrible goalie. Goalie. The Canadians have a new goalie this year. Save. That was an unbelievable save. Save. The goalie didn't make the save. Save. What a save! The Russians win.
My name is David, and this is the story of how I fell in love with hockey. I had never played hockey before. In fact, I had never even seen a game. Where I grew up, people played soccer in the streets or cricket in open fields. Ice, skates, sticks, that was all new to me. But everything changed when I moved to Canada. It was my first winter in a new country. The weather was cold, and snow covered everything. I had never seen so much snow in my life. One afternoon, my roommate invited me to a hockey game. I didn't know the rules, but I said yes. I wanted to understand what made this sport so popular. We entered a large arena. It was full of people. Children wore jerseys, and everyone held snacks or hot drinks. Music played loudly. The air felt electric. I followed my roommate to our seats and sat down. In front of us, the ice rink was clean and shiny. It looked beautiful under the bright lights. Soon, the players came out. They wore helmets and heavy pads. They held long sticks. They skated fast, warming up before the game. A small, black disc sat at the center of the rink. I later learned it was called the puck. When the game started, I watched closely. The referee dropped the puck between two players. This moment was called the face-off. They fought quickly for control, and the crowd cheered. One team won possession and passed the puck across the ice. It all happened so fast. I could hardly follow it. Then, one player crashed into another. It looked painful. But everyone cheered again. I was confused. I thought maybe it was a mistake, but later I learned that it was called a check. In hockey, players can hit each other with their bodies to stop the puck. It was rough, but it was part of the game. The puck moved from one side of the rink to the other like lightning. I tried to follow it with my eyes, but it was so small and fast. Then, a player broke away from the others and skated alone toward the net. The announcer said it was a breakaway. He moved fast, so fast. It was like watching someone fly. He lifted his stick and slapped the puck toward the goal. But the goalie was ready. With his big pads and gloves, he dropped to the ice and made a save. Everyone clapped. Even people from the other team's side. It was an amazing move. I started to understand the game better. Each team had 6 players on the ice. They moved in lines, attacked, defended, and worked like a machine. The game was loud, aggressive, and full of energy, but it was also smart. Every pass, every movement, every second mattered. As the clock moved, the announcer said it was a key game. The winner would go to the finals. That explained why everyone in the arena was so excited. The energy grew stronger. Every minute was more intense than the last. The puck hit the boards. Players crashed. Skates cut across the ice with speed. My heart raced, and I wasn't even playing. For the first time, I felt something new. I wasn't just watching a game, I was feeling it. I was becoming part of it. By the end of the night, I was cheering too. I didn't know all the rules. I didn't know all the players. But I knew one thing: I wanted to come back. I wanted to understand hockey, not just the words, but the heart behind them. That night, I walked home with frozen hands and a warm heart. I had discovered something new, and I was ready for more. After watching my first hockey game, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The speed, the sounds, the energy, it was all still in my head. But I realized something important. I didn't understand most of the game. I saw people skating, hitting, scoring, but I didn't know why or how. So, I decided to learn. The next morning, I searched online for basic rules of hockey. I found short videos, simple guides, and even pictures of the rink. I took notes. I learned that each team has 6 players on the ice at one time: 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and 1 goalie. The goal of the game was simple: get the puck into the other team's net. But the way to do it was not so simple. There were rules about passing, shooting, and even where your skate could be when scoring a goal. There were lines on the ice I didn't notice before: blue lines, red lines, and circles. Each one had a purpose. I learned about face-offs, how each period in play starts with the referee dropping the puck. I read about penalties, what happens when a player breaks a rule, like tripping someone or using their stick in a dangerous way. That player must leave the ice for 2 minutes, and their team plays with 1 less person. That's called a power play. But the most exciting part was learning about the players. I looked up the names I remembered from the game. I watched highlight videos. I learned what a slapshot was. It's when a player raises their stick and hits the puck very hard. It's powerful and loud. When I saw one in slow motion, I finally understood why the crowd shouted so loudly every time. The goalie became my favorite player. His job was the hardest. He had to stop the puck, no matter where it came from. Fast shots, slow ones, tricky angles. He had to be ready every second. I watched how he moved, calm, focused, and quick. When he blocked a puck, the crowd shouted, "What a save!" I said the words too, trying to feel what they felt. Later that week, I found a small outdoor rink in my neighborhood. It was empty. The snow had been cleared, and there were marks on the ice from skates. I stood at the edge and watched children playing. Some fell. Some skated like professionals. I smiled. It looked difficult, but fun. I didn't have skates yet, but I promised myself that I would try soon. For now, I just wanted to learn everything I could. That night, I watched a recording of another hockey game. This one was slower and easier to follow. I paused often, rewinding parts to watch again. I repeated the words I had learned: puck, breakaway, check, save, finals. Each one meant more to me now. I began to notice how the present simple tense was used in commentaries. He passes, she shoots, they score. The actions were fast, and the words were short. Simple English, but full of excitement. Every evening, I studied a little. Not just grammar or vocabulary, but the language of the game. I was learning English through hockey. And I was enjoying it. By the end of the week, I had filled a small notebook with notes, drawings of the rink, and new words. I didn't just want to watch the game anymore. I wanted to understand it, feel it, and maybe one day play it. Something had changed in me. I wasn't just a student of English now. I was a student of hockey. And the game had only just begun. After 1 week of watching games, reading rules, and learning vocabulary, I decided it was time to try something new. I wanted to skate. It sounded simple. Just stand, move, and glide on the ice. But when I put on the skates for the first time, I understood something quickly. This was not going to be easy. I went to a small rink near my house. It was quiet that morning. Only a few people were skating. Some moved fast and smooth. Others, like me, held onto the wall for balance. I took a deep breath, stepped onto the ice, and began. My legs shook. My feet slid. I grabbed the side rail and moved slowly. It felt like standing on two pieces of glass. I couldn't control my movement. I tried to push forward, but my skates moved in different directions. I almost fell. But I didn't give up. I watched how others moved. I copied their steps. Push with one foot. Glide with the other. Bend the knees a little. I moved again. A few meters. Then I stopped. I rested. Then I tried again. Every small success felt big. I skated from one side of the rink to the other. It took time. I wasn't fast. I wasn't graceful. But I stayed on my feet. And that was enough for now. I returned the next day. And the day after that. Each time, I felt a little more stable. I stopped holding the wall. I started moving in small circles. Sometimes I fell. My hands hit the cold ice. People looked. But I laughed, stood up, and tried again. One afternoon, a child no older than 6 skated past me like wind. She moved so fast, turning and spinning. I smiled. I wasn't jealous. I was inspired. At home, I practiced hockey terms out loud. I said slap shot and swung a wooden stick like a player. I imagined I was on the ice, chasing the puck during a key game. I imagined the sound of the crowd cheering after I made a breakaway. I also learned the names of the equipment: helmet, pads, gloves, stick, and of course, puck. I found a small rubber disc online and ordered one. It wasn't for real play, but I held it in my hand, felt its weight, and tossed it around the room. It made hockey feel real. After a few more days of practice, I brought my puck to the empty rink. I didn't hit it hard. I just moved it slowly with a stick I had borrowed. I skated, pushed the puck, and tried to control it. It was harder than I thought. The puck slid too fast. My stick missed it many times. But I smiled the whole time. I fell twice that day. Once forward, once backward. But I didn't get hurt. I wore pads, and I knew how to fall now. Fall small, roll, and get up. That evening, I looked at my reflection in a shop window. I was wearing skates, gloves, and a warm jacket. My cheeks were red from the cold. I didn't look like the same person who had watched his first hockey game 1 week ago. I looked like someone who belonged on the ice. After many days of skating alone, I wanted to take the next step. Watching games, learning words, and moving on the ice had changed me. But I needed more. I needed to feel what it was like to be part of a team. One evening, I found a sign near the rink. Beginner hockey practice, Sundays at 5 p.m. All are welcome. It felt like the right time. That Sunday, I arrived early. I wore borrowed equipment, helmet, gloves, knee pads, and a used hockey stick. My skates were still new and stiff. I felt nervous, but excited. The other players arrived one by one. Some were young. Some were older. Everyone looked more confident than me. I stood quietly, listening. The coach gave instructions, and we started the warm-up. We skated in circles. We practiced stops and turns. Then we formed 2 lines and passed the puck to each other. I missed my first pass. The puck slid past me. I turned quickly and chased it. My heart was beating fast, but I stayed calm. I passed it back, and we continued. Next, we practiced checking, the legal kind. Just light contact. Shoulder to shoulder. The coach explained that checking wasn't about hurting someone. It was about control and balance. I tried it slowly, carefully. It was harder than it looked. I lost balance once and fell, but I got up quickly. Later, we worked with the goalie. He wore big pads and moved with skill. One by one, each player took a shot. I watched carefully. Some players used a wrist shot, others a slap shot. I stepped up with shaky hands. I moved forward and shot. The puck didn't go fast, but it went straight. The goalie stopped it easily, but he nodded. That small nod meant something. It meant I tried. It meant I was part of this now. Then came the scrimmage, a short informal game. 2 teams. 1 puck. The coach dropped it for a face-off. I wasn't in the first group, so I watched. I studied how players moved. How they passed, how they defended, how they skated together like a wave. Then it was my turn. I joined the second group and took my position. The puck dropped. I didn't win the face-off, but I followed my teammate, skated to the boards, and stayed alert. The puck came near. I reached with my stick and touched it for a second before it was gone again. But that second was enough. Later in the game, the puck flew across the ice. I chased it. I was alone, far from others. I realized I was on a breakaway. My legs moved fast. The wind touched my face. The goalie stood ready. I lifted my stick. I shot. The puck missed. But I didn't care. I had taken a real shot in a real game. The feeling was unforgettable. My body was tired, but my heart was strong. The practice ended with high fives and tired smiles. I removed my helmet and wiped sweat from my face. My hair was wet. My arms were sore. My skates felt heavy. But I had never felt so light inside. That night, I didn't watch a game. I didn't study new words. I didn't read rules. Because now, I didn't just understand hockey. I was living it.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Very important.
Key.
Last game or series of games in a tournament or championship.
Finals.
Person who makes sure the players follow the rules in a game.
Ref.
A way of beginning a game by dropping the puck between 2 players.
Face off.
Get control.
Win possession.
Use your body to push someone in hockey.
Check.
Small, round, black object that is used to play hockey.
Puck.
The act of preventing a ball or puck from going in the net.
Save.
Position in hockey. Person who tries to stop the puck from going in the net.
Goalie.
State of becoming separated from a large group, especially in sports.
Breakaway.
Ice surface used to play hockey or skate on.
Rink.
Large building where sports are played.
Arena.
Long wooden stick shaped like an L used for playing hockey.
Hockey stick.
National Hockey League, group of professional hockey teams that play in Canada and the U.S.
NHL.
A group of sports teams that play against each other.
League.
Let's try that faster.
Ice surface used to play hockey or skate on.
Rink.
National Hockey League, group of professional hockey teams that play in Canada and the U.S.
NHL.
A group of sports teams that play against each other.
League.
Large building where sports are played.
Arena.
Last game or series of games in a tournament or championship.
Finals.
State of becoming separated from a large group, especially in sports.
Breakaway.
Very important.
Key.
A way of beginning a game by dropping the puck between two players.
Face off.
The act of preventing a ball or puck from going in the net.
Save.
Get control.
Win possession.
Small, round, black object that is used to play hockey.
Puck.
Long wooden stick shaped like an L, used for playing hockey.
Hockey stick.
Person who makes sure the players follow the rules in a game.
Ref.
Use your body to push someone in hockey.
Check.
Position in hockey. Person who tries to stop the puck from going in the net.
Goalie.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Finals. We lost the game in the finals. It was so disappointing. Finals. Do you think the Oilers will make it to the finals? Finals. My team didn't make it to the finals. Check. Smith got checked right into the boards. Check. That was the hardest check I've ever seen. Check. Checking is what makes hockey so much fun. Puck. Van Ryn has the puck and he's skating towards center ice. Puck. The puck is flying towards the net. Puck. I can't see the puck. Goalie. When I play hockey, I like to play goal. Goalie. We lost because we have a terrible goalie. Goalie. The Canadians have a new goalie this year. Save. That was an unbelievable save. Save. The goalie didn't make the save. Save. What a save! The Russians win.
Thank you for being a part of the English Smart Podcast.